Hello guys, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is the brand new game that just came out on Steam 2 days ago. I got it for, I think, $11. It's normally $15, it's on sale, 20% off for $11, so you guys should all get out there and get it because it is a wonderful game. I can vouch for it. But this is my first time playing the game, and as you can see, it's got a little paradox going on here and a bajillion computers. So this is the game, and I'd like to get going right into recording. So here we go. The end is never, the end is never, the end is loading. Well, this is taking exceptionally long to load.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, so that was the cutscene to the Stanley Parable. And I'm not sure that this goes here. Oops, okay. Not quite ready to go yet. Let me just plug this in here quick. Probably heard that beep just then. And another beep. Okay. Well, Stanley has no messages.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And just so you know, all of these recordings will be different because there are different variables to them.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Nope, okay, I just shut off the computer. This is the Stanley Parable. Look at all of it. What's that cup say? It says... Art. So, office. Door. This one. Okay, another one over here. Here's on. That looks like... I don't know. No one's here. Coffee spills. Just a very normal work office to me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Meeting room. Tips for not getting fired. Oh, slideshow. Oh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. That's a chair.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not
There's
an
the Stanley Parable
indication
symbol.
of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Oh.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Wow. It's pretty intense, dog. Button. Push. There we go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh. Creepy hallway. Oh, okay. Guess the elevator is broken. So there's only one way to go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope. Wait, yep. I'm afraid of heights. Oh. Question mark. Push.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, here we go. Looks like I'll have to push the button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That's quite a lot of monitors. It's almost making my eyes hurt. Whoa.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe I have.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating,
Mind
working.
controls.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Is there a control box around here somewhere? What about this big button? Okay. What about behind here? More mind control things. Here we go. 1, 2. Pretty sure this one up here is going to be 3. That one is 4. Where's 3? One, and 2, 4, and 5. Well, where the frick is 3? Oh, right over here. And 3. Go click number 4. And we'll go click number 5 and see if it does anything. And it very quite possibly could do nothing at all. But at least we'll know. Okay, that did nothing. So I guess we move on. Maybe this is how you shut her down. Mind controls. Mwahaha. So evil.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Did I win?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he
I'm
needed
so
to know.
emotional.
It was
I
perhaps
can be free.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'm free.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley's happy. I'm so glad. Oh, I got an achievement. Beat the game. Now don't let it fool you. This is not. It's not the end of the ending of the game. That's why it started me off here, because you restart the game because there are so many different variables. So that is going to be episode number 1, guys. I hope that it was exciting for you. It might have been bland a little bit because it was the first time, and you know, it was just kind of walking through it, listening. But this story has a lot of dialogue, so if you don't like that, if you don't like that kind of thing, then I would probably tend to stay away from this kind of stuff, because this is what it is. It's got a lot of dialogue in it, and you follow the scenes and sequences and stuff. But it's a really cool game, and I like it, and I'll be uploading quite a few more of these videos to my channel later on. So I hope that you enjoyed this, guys, and I will see you all later. Thanks, and peace out.